You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, GH fans, we are ticking down to Lulu Spencer's liver transplant surgery, and Dante Falconeri is about to lose the woman that he loves. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to talk about what happens when Lulu comes out of her coma to a situation she never expected or imagined. And hey, if you're not following us, please click subscribe. Let's dive into this. So on a recent GH, while Sam McCall was dropping her kids off to the Quartermaine mansion, Dante spent some time talking to his friend Cody Bell. And it was an absolute shame, I thought, that Sam had to tell Drew and Jason they need to actually spend time with their children while she's recuperating from surgery. I mean, granted, they didn't know that Sam was having surgery. That was news to them. But shouldn't Jason and Drew already be seeing their kids regularly? I mean, we don't see them really spending a lot of time with Danny and Scout. But down at the stables, Dante was opening up to Cody, telling him it's just incredible how fearless that Sam is. And he's so thankful and impressed that she's taking this risk to help Lulu. So when Cody asked about his feelings, Dante clarified it. He said he will always love Lulu as part of his past and the mother of his son. But Dante said Sam is his future. Now, Cody asked him if Dante was trying to convince himself or Cody. Meanwhile, over at General Hospital, Laura and Lucky got the scary news that Lulu probably would not have a successful outcome to this surgery. Laura was completely shocked to learn that Sam would be told about the complication and the bad odds, and that she may back out of donating to Lulu because of it, just because, you know, there's a risk to any surgery. And if there's not a great odds that donating would help, you know, the question is, why would she do it? But of course, we all know Sam's going to go ahead and proceed with the donor surgery this week, and she's going to die afterwards because they have fired Kelly Monaco. So as for Lulu's long shot odds, we do know she's going to wake up because they have recast the role with Alexa Havens. Do you remember what happened right before Lulu fell into her coma? First, she nearly died in the floating rib explosion that her awful uncle Cyrus Renault arranged for, and she had an undiagnosed brain injury. So she was meeting Dante in the chapel, and she was going to tell him that she loved him, but before she could, Lulu collapsed. Now, 4 years later, she's going to wake up, I expect, during November sweeps. And if you didn't know it, I didn't know it. I had to do a little research. For most long-term coma patients, when they wake up, they have no idea that any time has passed. For them, it's the moment that they fell into that coma. So after Sam dies and Lulu wakes up at last, she's still going to think it's late 2020. And she is waiting, you know, for that moment to tell Dante that she loves him. But I doubt he wants to hear that. You know, they were split up at the time that she was injured. If you remember, she was dating that nice guy, like he was a teacher, I think, Dustin Phillips. And he had just proposed to her right before the bomb went off. Lulu had been planning to break up with him to try and get back with Dante, but Dante didn't know that. Dustin didn't know that. And it's been 4 years, and Dante fell hard in love with Sam. They merged their families. They've been basically living together like a married couple, and she's going to die so Lulu can live. And that's going to be so hard for Dante to live with, a very bitter pill to swallow. And honestly, the absolute worst thing will be if Lulu wakes up, sees Dante, and says, "I love you." I mean, that would probably freak him out because he is going to be grieving Sam McCall's death. And part of it is going to depend on how long it is between Lulu waking and Sam dying, but I think it's going to be pretty close together. I do expect that Sam dies first and Lulu wakes later, but close together. So Dante is distraught and would absolutely be blindsided to hear "I love you" from his ex-wife. And I can only imagine how Dom Zapronia is going to kill these scenes. I mean, I think it's going to be daytime Emmy stuff with his grief, but it's awful that we're losing Kelly Monaco to make it happen. Meanwhile, Lulu will be confused because she will have no idea Sam was with Dante helping to raise their son Rocco. She's got 4 years to catch up on. Lulu's father Luke is dead, her Aunt Bobby Spencer is dead, and the man she loves not only loves another woman, Sam, but he's inconsolable because she died, because she donated to Lulu. Even worse, every time Dante sees Lulu, that's a reminder of the sacrifice that Sam made so Rocco's mom could live. I think initially everybody's going to think Sam died from complications of the donor surgery, which that's going to be very hard for Dante to face every day. And I think only later it's going to come out that her death was more than that, foul play. If the leak that's circulating is accurate, it could be Cyrus Renault that kills Sam. I suspect he's also the one that tampered with Lulu's ventilator, thinking he was doing Laura a favor by sending his comatose, hopeless case niece to meet her maker, so both Lulu and Laura could have peace and closure. Unless, of course, it's Sidwell doing it for some random reason because of Lucky. I don't know. But anyway, with the ventilator scheme failing and the surgery going off without a hitch, Lulu's odds of waking seem promising, so Cyrus may kill Sam to get her out of the way of Dante and Lulu reconciling. And yeah, that sounds kind of dumb, but I have to say a lot of the recent scenes with Sam, which are her last with some of these characters, are to me kind of frustrating and not great. Kelly Monaco is doing a good job with the material. As always, she's a professional. But she did say that they wrote Sam's death in a way that makes no sense, and I agree with that so far. We'll see. If the writers do justice to Dante's feelings for Sam, then he should not just accept Lulu's "I love you" and jump into a romance with her and reconcile with her. Dante should be grief-stricken and struggling for a long time. He should still care about Lulu, but not be open to being with her because of this sacrifice that Sam made that cost her life. And if Dante does wind up back with Lulu, it should be a long and winding road. Maybe along the way, she can date Cody because he's about to be suddenly single. If that DNA test confirms his girlfriend is Sasha Scorpio and he's been kissing his cousin, that might be interesting. I do expect Lulu and Dante will eventually wind up reunited, but I definitely hope it is not instant, not in a couple of weeks, not even in a couple of months. That would be such a slap in the face of the amazing relationship that Sam and Dante built together. So we watch and wait. I'm also very interested to see if we get a look this week, perhaps on or before surgery day, at the new Lulu, played by Alexa Havens, as they wheel her into surgery.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.